Should I speak English at home if it's not my native language? Do you think it really helps learn that language? What do you do? Do you speak English at home or just at office?
I didn't resort to English in my personal conversations as a school kid or a fresher at work, but I highly advise against that idea. We should utilize every opportunity to help us, build this muscle. It takes a lot of practice to improve our command on the language. So, to summarize, I didn't speak English in my personal conversations earlier, but now I consciously do so.
Okay, so what do you think is the difference between office English and the English we speak at home? I understand it's
Mm.
the formal tone, but do you see any other distinguishing factors?
There are, but instead of making office and home, I think it is formal versus casual conversation because there are certain engagements where you would need to talk in formal tones or formal vocabulary. Let's say you are probably talking to some government agencies or conversing with some dignitary in an event. You would want to talk a little formally, but with friends or with the casual conversation at office at tea, you don't want to be formal. So that's how I separate the two. And yes, it matters. I think vocabulary and tone needs to be a little more precise. It has to be a little respectful, and maybe you use a little official verbiage, when having that conversation in a formal setting. Casual setting, we will probably talk a lot of slang. It also mixes sometimes native language phrases. But there are certain things, I'd like to give an example of a word which is not really the same in a formal versus a casual setting. So let's say the word wicked.
Hmm.
The first time I heard that in a casual setting, I was like, hey, why are you calling me wicked? I'm not wicked. Then I realized that it's a slang to say cool or superb. That's the way it was used in the place that I was talking to. So I was so surprised by that. So it depends a lot. If it is being used in a casual setting, it'll have a different meaning. But if you say that in a formal setting, completely different thing. So it
Great.
does matter, the setting.
Thank you, Vinita, for sharing all your experiences. That was very valuable. And this brings us to the end of this series. We will definitely spin up more such episodes. And I hope our audience will find them very useful. And thanks again for sharing your knowledge. I'll see you soon in a different episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is really fun, and I hope your audience makes or gets a lot of benefit out of it.
They would definitely, for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks.